Hello everybody and welcome back to the Alpine F1 Manager 22 career mode. We are going to Miami in this episode. First off, we are going to go to the inbox where we have the ATR period ending soon. It's going to end in 1 week. We have 1 hour of MAU hours remaining. We have 16 hours remaining of wind tunnel. And I think that we are going to just focus on maybe building some parts and just maxing that out first, but we are exceeding expectations, which is good to see, but we're going to jump over to the cars tab and see if we have anything that we can do. So unfortunately, we cannot use up the last of those hours as of right now. Hopefully we finish a design. Actually, we can go check maybe when the next design is going to be done. We have an underfloor. Design. Okay, so we have a design project done in 5 days. So once we're done with the front wing, we can create another project, and we should be able to get that done fairly quickly, and we'll put a lot of hours on it to make it a good part. Alright, so back in the inbox, we're going to hit continue. We have our tour center upgraded. We're going to see if we can upgrade it again, as we've done pretty much every episode. It is going to be a $594,000 upgrade. We're just gonna buy it. So we bought the upgrade to the tour center. We are gonna move forward and see what happens next. Alright, so we have a low front wing stock. Also, I think we need to build 2 new rear wings, but we have a front wing stock that's down and a chassis stock that's down as well. So we're gonna go to manufacture a part in the warehouse. So we have a front wing that needs to be manufactured. So we're gonna make just how many days until the race? All right, we've got 7 days until the race. We're just gonna build 1, and then we also look like we are down on the chassis, which we are going to have to manufacture 1. It needs to be done before the race, just so we have a backup ready, and we're just gonna build this single chassis. We fixed the low stock. We're going to move forward. Our new front wing is done. So we can actually start manufacturing these after both of those new parts come in. So we're going to skip forward again. And we have the front wing in. For monthly car development report. Alright, so we have a new ATR period beginning. So it is a rolling period. It's not a rolling period. It's different kind of segments of the year that we're going to have these 5.4 hours and 72 hours remaining. So that's something that we're going to have to be on top on, because if we have that many hours available, we should probably just be using all of them. Our front wing has been manufactured, so we're going to have 1 of those available. Okay, so from part design, we're going to design a new part for the car, and I think we are going to go with the chassis. We're going to build 1 of these. We have 56 days available on this ATR period. So we're just going to crank this up until we see a increase in 1 of these areas. Can we get this to change a lot of this? Yes, we can, but we're going to have to spend so many hours to get even close to that. So we are going to just put about 1.4 hours onto this. And then we're going to maybe look at just using about 22 of these hours here. That's 22. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to use... Yeah, we'll use 21 on this. We're going to move forward. We're going to focus on... kind of balancing this out a little bit. You know, we'll work on the airflow. That'll be our focus on this, and we are going to continue. We're going to put 4 engineers on this because that's going to be our new kind of approach to building these. We're going to try to have a couple people working on car research for next year. So that will be the engineers here, and then... I don't see this as something we need to rush, so we're just going to develop it for $102,000. So from the inbox, just wanted to show the front wing was finished, and I did not decide to design a new front wing on this day. However, we literally just got the ATR period restarting kind of the day after, so we could have maxed out everything on that chassis a couple days ago. But unfortunately, I was not kind of eagle-eyed enough to do that, so that's a little bit disappointing. But we're gonna move forward here. See what pops up for us before the race. Our scouting department goes up, so we're gonna have an extra scout here to use. So we're gonna go look at potentially some either staff members or some drivers to scout. Alright, so from the staff screen, I wanted to show just something real quick. I didn't realize we have development points that come up on these on our different team members. So Dirk de Beer, we are gonna put one on the lowest stat, which is medium speed downforce. On the scouting team, to get the next scout, we need to up the scout size, and that it's going to cost us $1,000. So we will spend that, and then we are going to, just for the sake of curiosity, I am going to do a detailed scouting on Diego Tondi, just to kind of see what they're paying him and what we're paying for our head of aerodynamics, just to kind of see what the difference is. Alright, so from the facilities screen, I actually see a couple things I actually want to upgrade. First off, from the staff facilities, I want to upgrade the team hub, just because we're going to gain 40% staff experience, which is very good. The next thing I want to upgrade is from the operations facility, our boardroom. We're going to spend another $590,000 there, just to kind of upgrade that race confidence, and then also some team attractiveness. Then we're going to upgrade the helipad, just because it's going to help us with team attractiveness, and it's also going to help with the target payout. Alright, so we've gone through and messed with some of our upgrades and kind of scouting and stuff. So we're going to move forward. We've got the manufacturing complete of the chassis. So with the chassis manufactured, we got 4 in the warehouse, which is good to see. And then it looks like we're a day away from hitting the practice sessions, and we are going to move on to the performance targets for Miami. Alright, so this is our performance targets. I've added 1 to everything. I have reached Q2 with 2 drivers, which should be fairly easy to do. We have our finish position, have both drivers finish in the top 15. And then I have the qualifying position streak, because this has been the incentive this entire time. I just added it as 15th or above for the next 5 races, and that should be 4.2 million. So that would be pretty cool to get. Or no, it's not 4.2 million. Sorry, it's 1.6 million for that. So if we can do that for the next. That's enough about the performance targets. We're gonna move on to practice from Miami. So we typically don't show this, but we have light rain in practice, and we have moderate rain on Saturday. So that might be in practice, or it might be in practice in qualifying. Not quite sure. We're going to move on to the practice preparation. So our practice preparation, we've swapped out Alonso for Duhan. I just wanted to show that for the car parts, we actually have some really torn up parts from the crash that happened with Duhan. So Duhan really hurt a lot of the specific areas of these cars, and we've been kind of vigilant on the engines and stuff for practice. We've been actually swapping back and forth. For P3, you have to have what you're going to race in the race. So we've been kind of putting the lowest reliability in for practice, and then swapping over to a better engine and ERS and gearbox stuff for all the P3 qualifying and race conditions. But yeah, that's just a thing that we might have to worry about. We might have a situation where we're going to have a retirement from potentially first practice with car 2. Alright, so we've just finished practice 1, or we've finished all 3 practices. Practice 1, we had rain in it. I'm going to show a clip of the rain. It's very cool kind of seeing how it works. It kind of gives you the amount of rain on surface in millimeters. If it's under 1, you should be on dry tires. If it goes over 1, you should be on intermediates. And if it goes over 4, you should be on wets. So just including this clip here to kind of show you kind of how the rain works and all the different things that kind of goes with it that maybe you don't see here. One of the other things that happened in kind of the dry part of the session is first off, we had a crash with George Russell. George backed it into the barriers pretty early. And then after that, we had a bit of a crash with with Sergio Perez in the Red Bull when it started raining, and I'll insert those clips right now.
We can take a look now. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. Clearly, something went very plain. We're just watching the Red Bull. Thank goodness nobody else was involved. That was a big crash.
So you see how these, how Perez and Russell were actually hurt in that session. I think they both potentially had to just come down and get the cars repaired, and they didn't really do that many laps. He only did 5 for Russell and 12 for Perez. Practice 2, a little less eventful. Ocon 9th, Alonso 12th, top of the board, Verstappen. Practice 3, we obliterated everyone because it was pretty all over the place. It was dry for a tiny bit, went intermediates, went wets, went intermediates, and then went dry again. We were actually able to kind of hit on the setups perfectly, and then we set them both out for about a 10 lap run at the end to kind of get those soft tires running. So we did a good job to kind of top the session at the end, but we are going to move on to qualifying.
Radio check.
I think it's okay.
Green light.
All right, just jumping on board with Alonso here. We are sending our guys out super early just to kind of get a banker lap in. We're going to use these tires again later in the session, but we've had chances of rain throughout this session. They're not over 50%, and it doesn't look like we are actually going to get any rain. But I was just kind of making sure that we absolutely do not get screwed with not being able to set a lap time on the dry racetrack. So we're just going to send them out on the single lap here, and then we are going to see where they end up at the end. But Alonso comes through here, the Miami Grand Prix circuit. We get to see it for the first time in this game. Ocon locked up, so he has he screwed his tires? Oh, he hit the wall or something here. Here we gotta. Oh, are you kidding me? What did he damage?
They crashed out! Let's have a look. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. They've lost control, and there's the crash.
Dang it. Okay. So we're gonna we're gonna let Ocon. How much time has he lost? What's his middle sector time? Is it 21.8? 21. We're just gonna bring him in. We're gonna let Alonso finish his lap, but we are gonna let Ocon come in, and we're gonna see what he does here. Gotta reconfigure. Look at the car parts. He's got terminal damage on the front wing. Can we actually look at his car itself? We're gonna include just same set of. Oh, we've screwed up that set of tires as well. Dang it. Okay. We're gonna set him out on this set of soft tires. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Alright, so we're gonna send him out on the soft tires here. Okay, so car must be repaired before getting on track. Okay. Well, it's automatically checked. How do I get it to check? Because his front wing is the thing that's damaged. Why is it not letting me select the front wing? It must be replaced, but it's selected. Is it because it's Park for May and it's gonna take the thing? I am so confused here. Is this a glitch? Alright, so we're just going to replace the rear wing because it's going to let us confirm and reconfigure at that point. So hopefully that's going to help us fix the front wing, even though that's the only thing that needs to be replaced for some reason. Just going to double check to make sure, yep, we're on the correct tires. We're going to have that reconfigure. And then we're going to have Ocon head. Oh, no. Okay. So he's reconfigured, so he cannot change that front wing at all, and it needs to be fixed. We should have completed that first lap, I guess, and... Oh, damn, so Ocon's going to be out. Alright, so we're going to ride on board with Alonso here in Q1. Ocon's out because we cannot change his front wing. We even had the rear wing replaced just to kind of see if it was a bug. I think it is just an issue with Parc Fermé not allowing you to do certain adjustments and replace certain things on your car. So I think, yeah, if we have damage to our front wings, we need to just let him finish that lap and hopefully have it not be so far off the pace. But there seems to be a problem with Stroll here. What's that problem? I don't know, but he's got a thing marked on him, so we're going to see where Alonso's going to end up here. He's on old tires, the tires that he started this session on, and he is going to go third. We're going to jump on board here, or jump overhead, and we're going to kind of watch what everyone else does. Alright, we're comfortably through. So we have Ocon eliminated. We had the top 15 bonus that we just screwed up, but unfortunate. Getting really annoyed with all these mistakes that Ocon's making, especially considering that we are going to keep him for next year and we're going to get rid of Alonso. Yeah, we have Sebastian Vettel, Lance Stroll, Albon, Latifi, and Ocon eliminated in Q1. Ocon eliminated because he had the lockup and he hit the wall. Yeah, we're gonna advance to Q2.
Can we know the radio check?
Radio check, okay? Radio check.
Alright, so we're gonna send out Alonso early. It says we have a 70% chance of rain in 5 minutes. So if we can get him out and get him his lap started right away, he might be able to beat that, get a lap in. These are on old tires. So we're not going to be taking away his set from doing it later if we have the opportunity to do so. Alright, so we have rain on the racetrack, so we're going to skip through here and kind of see what that does to everyone else. Alright, I'm going to keep an eye on the rain here. We're going to reconfigure him just to go on a run on the soft tires. We're just going to watch from overhead and just see what happens with the rain here. Because it looks like it's going down. I'm going to send Alonso, I'm going to reconfigure him and I'm going to send him out on the, you know what, no, I think we're going to hedge our bets on the fact that there's not going to be any rain, because it's only going down enough. It needs to go underneath 1 for them to even consider going out on dry tires. So we're going to see what is going on here. So we're going to actually ride on board with Max Verstappen here. And when Verstappen crosses the line, we're going to see what he does here. What tires he's on. So he's on intermediate tires. So he's not going to have the pace to really get up here and kind of fight with the cars ahead. So this is going to be interesting to see. Let's ride on board with him. So intermediates on a drying racetrack, it's just ticked over to where you can potentially get away with dries. But we did our whole lap in the dry, so we're going to be very, very good here. I would be surprised if he gets up past Magnussen and past gets past Russell in 6th place here. So we have a potential of having 2 Red Bulls out in Q2 here. We can't see what he's doing with the sector times, but we can at least see what's going on here. and he's going to cross the line. We can see where Perez is going to finish. Perez is going to stay still, but Verstappen's going to jump up to 5th, but Perez goes up to 7th. Alright, so your Q2 results, we have Alonso top of the board. We only did 3 laps compared to everyone else. Ocon did 2 for his one and done, and he crashed and whatever, but eliminated in that session is Ricardo, Guan Yu Zhou, Carlos Sainz, Yuki Tsunoda, and Pierre Gasly. But we're going to move on to Q3.
Go do a quick radio check.
Yeah, radio check.
Green light.
Alright, so we're sending out Alonso immediately just because we have the 40% chance of rain that's kind of hovering around this entire time. Because if we get it early and then we get like a couple to hit, we're going to be in a tough position to be able to gain time here. So we're going to fast forward through, and then we're going to handle the rest of this session kind of like a normal qualifying session. So Alonso's going to come across the line. He's going to do a 1:31.2, and we get rain on the racetrack.
Falling now in the pit lane. Copy.
Alright, so we have Alonso configured.
No more rain from what we can see. Keep us updated on track
To
conditions, please.
run on the soft tires again, but I don't think we're going to lose enough moisture to warrant going out. So I think, unless we get absolutely shocked here, and we won't, I think that's going to mean that we're going to get a pole here with Fernando Alonso. So I feel comfortable skipping through this. I wish it would stop interrupting me when I have these things going on. And we're going to cross the line. What's going on here? And we're going to get pole. So your starting grid for the Miami Grand Prix, we have Alonso starting on pole. We got Norris right behind us. We got Hamilton. We got Leclerc, Verstappen, Perez, Russell, Bottas, Magnussen, Schumacher. Then you have Ricardo, Zhou, Sainz, Tsunoda, Gasly, Vettel, Stroll, Albon, and Latifi. And then we have Ocon in last. We managed to get one in first and one in last.
It's race day, and final preparations are underway.
If qualifying is anything to go by, Alpine are set to have a fabulous race here. Let's see if they can keep it up. We saw a reasonable push from Mercedes in qualifying, and they'll have plenty of opportunities here to achieve a great result. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
The Autodrome is ready for some serious action today here at the Miami Grand Prix.
Right, so getting ready for the Miami Grand Prix, I just went in and gave them both the same strategy. They're going to push on the mediums at the start. I wanted to show you the car parts on Vettel's car. We're going to put Vettel, give him a new gearbox, the old one that we had on last weekend. Engine-wise, we'll give him the one that we had last weekend as well. ERS, we'll give him one that we had on earlier in the week. Yeah, and then on Ocon's car, we gave Ocon just all the new parts. You know what? Since we're in such a good position with Alonso, and these aren't going to give us grid penalties, we are going to just take the brand new a lot of this stuff so we get a good run going. And then we just did the same with Ocon, but I actually am second guessing that now. I think we're going to go put on the just put on a good set of ERS and that, but we took a penalty for an ERS upgrade that we're going to get put to the back for. I want to see if I actually have to have that installed to have a grid penalty. No. Okay, so we're going to install the other ERS system in. Driving options, we're going to push like hell. We're going to go on overtake with Ocon off the line. And then for Alonso, we are going to deploy off the line. So we're going to go on to the start of the Miami Grand Prix.
As the sun continues to shine, it seems like nothing can dampen the mood of excitement here at the track. Looking at Fernando Alonso here. They're starting today at the head of the pack, but will they be able to stay there? Further back, we've got Esteban Ocon. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. The race start is mere seconds away. And this is it, the Miami Grand Prix.
Man, look at that front row.
It's lights out.
All right, let's go Alonso. We need Alonso to pull a decent gap here on Norris and Hamilton before the DRS gets activated. We're going to try to keep somewhat of a tab on what Ocon is doing. So Alonso, we need him to get outside of the 1 second gap as quickly as possible. So Ocon moves up to 19th place. We're going to go on 2x speed here.
Alpine just advanced.
All right, so we get ahead of Latifi. Next one is Albon on the road for Ocon. And I think we're actually going to go on neutral with him. We're going to let Alonso just go full deploy here. Wait until he hits about 50%, and then we're going to go on to neutral with the ERS. All right, Ocon gets ahead of Albon. All right, we're going to go on to neutral with Alonso's ERS. We're going to let him push. We're going to focus on what we're doing here with Ocon. Ocon's starting so far in the back. But I think we're going to fast forward. And we're going to wait until we hit the DRS. We have a 4-second lead.
DRS enabled.
Alright, we have a 4-second lead now. And we're going to wait until we get the DRS on the cars ahead. I don't remember where the DRS zones are. So we get ahead of Stroll. It's awesome. Alright, so I'm assuming we're coming up on a DRS zone, so I'm going to go on to overtake. Assume there'd be a DRS thing here, and there is. Alright, we need to get by Vettel quickly. Alright, so we've gotten past Vettel. We're going to go on to neutral here. And then we're going to go immediately back on to overtake. I know this is a little bit micromanaging, but we're just going to do it. So we need to. So we get by Vettel. We're going to get by Gasly here. Alright, I think... Okay, we're going to go on to neutral. We're going to go on harvest, actually. So we're going to just tag on to the back of this. And wait until we are about to catch. Alright, so we are in a good spot now because we're going to go into overtake. We've got to get by the AlphaTauri here of Tsunoda. We're going to get the DRS now, but we're in a bit of a DRS drain. Alright, we're going to get on the inside here. It's going to become the outside. Alright, we got to... Oh, we're like 2 spots away from Carlos Sainz. Alright, so we have the DRS available to us there. We're going to get on the inside, but we're going to go into harvest. Got a good spot where we can kind of slot in here. Just for a little bit. Alonso's got a 5.7 second lead over Hamilton. So it looks like him and Verstappen are getting after it. Alright, so we're harvesting and we passed Schumacher, so we're going to have to deploy to catch up to Mr. Carlos Sainz. Or Kevin, or is that Magnussen? Alright, so we're going to go to overtake. Alright, then we're going to go back on the harvest. So we're going to hold onto the back bumper here of Magnussen and just kind of recover some of the energy that we've lost. Make sure that we don't lose touch with the Ferrari here. Alright, so we're going to go overtake here. Just because we need to get by him. And I know he's going to get DRS as well, but we need to make this chance work. Okay, we're alongside. Hopefully we can send it. Stick it on the inside. Get alongside. And we get past him. So we're going to harvest behind the Ferrari. Hopefully we don't get screwed here by Magnussen. We do not. We're still conserving. We're all the way up to 11th. Doing a fantastic job here with Esteban Ocon. Alonso's got a 7-second lead on Hamilton. Alright, so we're going to go neutral with Ocon because he just got alongside Ricardo there. And how many seconds behind are we from Bottas?
Alpine just advanced.
Alright, we're going to harvest. We're going to sit behind the Ferrari. So we get the fastest lap there. With the car that we have in 9th place at the moment. So we're just doing the conserving here just to kind of, hopefully, we're going to start fast forwarding now. Get the Ferrari by us, and then we can charge up enough ERS to just kind of be able to charge maybe later on into the race. But we're holding steady ahead of, I mean, do we just have that much pace this weekend? I mean, that's crazy. Alright, we're just gonna go on to deploy, and we're gonna go on to balance now with our stuff here. So we're just gonna see how close we can get up to the back bumper of Bottas. See if we can gap the Ferrari potentially. I know it's a lot to ask, but we're able to. I mean, we have almost a 9-second gap over Hamilton in second. This is absolutely insane. Alright, so we're going to go back onto neutral. I do not think that we're in the DRS of Bottas, so we're going to go on to conserve or harvest at the moment. I don't care if we get passed by that Ferrari, and we do. We just need to stick onto the back bumper of him and just save up our ERS so we can go on neutral, and hopefully both of us can move up here and get ahead of some of the drivers. And we have a big crash. Who's that? That's Sainz and Bottas. Is that going to be a... I'm going to jump on board with Alonso here.
DRS is disabled.
Is that a safety car? It is a safety car. Okay. So we are going to, because we can, we're going to pit Alonso onto the hard tire, and we're going to have him harvest and conserve fuel. We're going to have Ocon conserve, and harvest. So we're going to watch the map here. We're going to see where the safety car is in relation.
Safety car, safety car.
Okay.
There's been contact.
All right.
And several
What happened
cars
here?
involved. Let's take a closer look. Let's have another look. Science is the focus here.
So Sainz locks up, slams into the back of Bottas, and Bottas slides all the way down to the end of the barrier there. So are both of them out of the race? So Bottas is out, but Sainz is not out. So we're going to pit. We've already pitted. Okay. So how many seconds are we ahead? I think we can pit onto the hard tire for Ocon as well. So we're going to go into the overhead map, and we're going to watch Alonso here. If Alonso can pit... Alright, so we are not going to have to pit in the rest of this race, I don't believe. If we just go neutral to the end. Or maybe we can just go onto the soft tire, which would be preferred.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in this lap.
Alright, so we're going to go standard, balanced, and neutral on both of these cars. And I think we're just going to try to hold position here until the DRS is enabled. I know we gave up a lot of track position there. but I feel like it's going to be worth it here for specifically Alonso.
Start pushing. Copy.
Alright, so we put Verstappen out front. Wait until that DRS is enabled. And then we're going to jump on board here with Fernando Alonso at first.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
Alright, so we're going to jump on board here, 2x speed with Fernando Alonso. So Alonso is behind Perez. So we're going to let him push, and we're also going to let Ocon push. We're not going to use the tires up super badly here. We're just going to focus on what we can do here to kind of gain time. So we need to make these last about 39 laps, and I actually wanted to double check. How long can these last? Let's say they can last 43 laps, so these should take us to the end of the race. We just need to get outside of the pit window. And with Alonso here, we're going to go on to overtake, just to kind of close up here. And maybe we can get by... No, we cannot. We're going to go on a neutral. Alright, and then we're going to go on to overtake. Hopefully get a good run out of this corner. We're going to get by Perez here, hopefully. Need to get alongside him. Maybe go 3 wide into that corner. Alright, are we ahead? Please tell me we're ahead. Yeah, we're ahead, so we're going to go on to deploy now. So we need to get out of that second gap.
That's some more ground gained for Alpine.
We need to get out of that DRS detection point. Looks like we're going to have a good shot at doing so. Perez gains right there at the end. Oh, come on. Can't hold overtake for this long. We need to catch up to the back bumper of Leclerc, who's now 2.2 seconds ahead of us. But we're going to have to jump on a neutral here, and we're going to jump on board with Ocon now. We're going to see what Ocon's up to. So we're going to put him on overtake. Or neutral. We're going to put him on neutral, and then we're going to wait until we hit these next set of corners, and then we're going to put him on to overtake. We got his caution sector 1. Alright, we're gonna go overtake here with Esteban.
They've gone wide.
Magnussen went wide, and Magnussen is right in front of us, so we need to make this a double overtake. We do not make it a double overtake, but we're gonna have a good shot here to get by Magnussen onto the back straight. Now, once we get by him, if we can,
Just advanced.
we are going to try... Okay, we're going to go on to deploy just to kind of get past that gap here. Alright, we're going to put Mr. Alonso onto neutral on the fuel burn. Okay, so we need to get through this first sector outside of that 1 second gap of Ocon. I mean, of Magnussen. He's going to still be there in contention. We're going to be coming up to the DRS zone here. We're outside of that 1 second gap. Is he going to still have the DRS? Looks like he will. But we need to catch on to the back here of Guan Yu Zhou. And looks like we're going to catch right up here at the very end. And then we're going to go on to neutral. And then we're going to go see what's going on with Alonso. So Alonso is setting a blistering pace here. I'm going to wait until we hit the DRS zone on Hamilton to be able to kind of go on to onto Harvest. All right, so we're in the DRS zone, and we're going to go on to Harvest here. So if we can hang within that 3 second gap, man, we can just pit here, or we don't even have to pit here with our tires. We can make it straight to the end, and yeah, have just a good shot of just going hard to the finish. I mean, Verstappen and all them, I'm expecting them to pit. We did our pit stop early. All right, and where is Ocon? Ocon is... Okay, so we're going to jump on board with Ocon now. We're going to see what he's doing. He's got Norris right behind him, but we're going to go on to... No, that's not what I meant to select. Crap, I think we just need to hold neutral here with him. Because he's got too much... Okay, we're going to go on to neutral now with Alonso. Because Alonso's within 4 seconds of Leclerc. So he's going to hold the DRS here. We could attempt to get by him, and we do. And he's going to pit. And I think we're going to go deploy just for a lap. See how much we can close in on Verstappen with Alonso.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
All right, we've got a crash, and we're going to get rid of what we're doing here and just kind of see what happened. Who crashed, where, and is it going to be a safety car?
Sounds like there's been a crash.
All right, so
Let's take a
Sonoda
look at the
crashed.
replay. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved.
Oh,
There's the crash.
does he keep going, or? I think he keeps going. Still on the racetrack? Yeah, Sonoda's still on the racetrack. All right, so we are currently behind Verstappen. Is it going to be a yellow? Okay, we need to go to the map overhead to kind of see when the safety car might come out.
I think that was a crash.
Oh, Norris crashed
Here's
as
the
well.
replay. Now just take a look at the McLaren.
So we've got 4 people that have crashed out of this race,
We see the crash.
or crashed in this race. And is that going to be take him out? No, but we're going to have a shot now with Alonso. Alonso's going to hopefully, right now, just on deploy, just go really, really hard and gap Verstappen. All right, and then we're going to go on a neutral. And then we're going to put Ocon onto old cars back. And we are going to wait until Mr. Verstappen gets behind us, and we're going to go on defend. So once Verstappen gets within a second of Ocon, we're going to start micromanaging the hell out of Ocon to prevent... okay, so he's getting close. Where is he? Alright, so we're going to have to jump on board now with Ocon. And we're going to do that from the rear view. So he is set on to defend. Alright, so we're going to use our DRS here to defend. Alright, we don't need it, so we're going to turn it down. That was very close. So we got to hold him back. We're going to wait, and now we're going to go on to defend. Alright, now we're going to go and harvest. He shouldn't get by us on this front straightaway here, but he might. Oh, dang it, he might get by us here. No, okay. Alright, because if we can hold him up here, that's 15 seconds. That's 15 seconds that we're going to keep Verstappen back. We're going to make Alonso push like hell, and then we're going to have Ocon defending here on the DRS. Or the ERS. Alright, we're going to go to neutral. Alright, now we're going to go defend. Alright, and we're out of ERS.
DRS disabled, DRS disabled.
Yeah, good.
Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Alright, we have to recharge here, unfortunately. Alright, what tires do they have on as well? So they're on the soft and the medium hard tire. Okay. So we're like on the same tires as they are. Alright, we're gonna go deploy. We're gonna go neutral here. Just to give us a shot here at defending. Hopefully we can get Sainz up here to kind of bugger Verstappen a little bit. Alright, so Verstappen is alongside Ocon. This is not the good camera angle to have that on. Okay. So we're going to have him go into Harvest. And hopefully just hang on to the DRS of Verstappen.
Red Bull gained a place.
Damn it, okay. Yeah, okay. Shit. Alright, so we have Alonso now out front by 17 seconds.
Big liftoffs. Understood. I can't do anything, guys.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Yeah, so we just need to hold that DRS here. And I think Alonso's in a good position to kind of just hold position. Not have to really do anything aggressive to kind of maintain anything. I think him holding that single speed DRS is going to be the best thing for him, but we're going to jump outside because I really want Ocon to gain a bunch of ERS here.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
Alright, so our ERS is fully charged. We're going to go into neutral. We're going to see where Ocon is. So Ocon's behind Ricciardo. So we're going to go on board with him. And we're going to put him onto balanced here, but we're going to have him stay on neutral.
Gain a position.
Alright. Alright, now we're going to have him go on overtake here. So our hope is to overtake and deploy so we can get by Ricciardo. And just stay ahead of Ricciardo. Alright, and then we're going to go and deploy so we can kind of get a big gap on him.
Alpine just advanced.
Alright, so we have 16 seconds the gap from Alonso from Verstappen. Right. So I feel like if we can get a good enough gap here, and I think we're about there. Alright, we need to deploy again. Come on. Okay. So we have to hold neutral now. Ricciardo's still going to be in the DRS here, but... yeah. Dang it. Okay. Okay. Alonso's his ERS management.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
Ricciardo gets by Ocon. But Ocon's going to get by him soon, or not. What's going on with Ocon? Oh, because we got fucking Hamilton there. Sorry for swearing. Just like...
It's a race position gained for
okay.
Mercedes.
So Leclerc and Sainz are moving in fast on Alonso. I'm going to put Alonso onto light on his tires. Because I feel like he needs to be a little bit...
Red Bull moves up.
Wait, Verstappen moves by Ocon.
I lost quite a lot of grip on that lap. Copy that.
Alright, so we're going to pit Ocon onto the... So these said they were going to last a while. They said they have 13 laps left on them. How much do these have? 22? Okay, we're gonna go on the soft tires with Ocon.
I think someone's run wide.
Not been managing this race that well. So we're gonna have him conserve into the box.
It will be difficult to recover the front.
Understood.
Okay.
Do we need to undercut someone or overcut or something?
So we're gonna have Ocon come out this distance, and then we're gonna pit Alonso onto the soft tire as well. And we're gonna have him attack and harvest into the box just to gain a little. I want him to just gain just like a tiny bit of ERS. Even with that one corner, I think that's more than beneficial. Okay. So he's gonna go into neutral. We're gonna have him go on to standard. And we're gonna actually view the race strategy. I think we're gonna have plenty of tire to make it to the end, and we're actually gonna let him go aggressive, and we're also gonna let Ocon go aggressive. And is Leclerc gonna pit? I do not think Leclerc is gonna pit. Are you? Did Ocon crash? Alright, so Gasly crashed, turn 17.
Now look at this, it's Pierre Gasly. Dear
Oh.
me, they won't have
Oh, so he had to
expected
slow up for him. Okay. Is that going to do anything? Do we need to check anything here? Safety car? Is he moving? Okay, he's moving. Alright, so Alonso. He's pushing. So we get the fastest lap.
that. That's a good overtake from Alpine.
So Ocon passes Zhou. So I guess we're just going to let him go attack. We're going to let both drivers go attack on their tires. So we need Alonso to gain like a couple seconds and like a few laps here. I'm going to look at what Ocon is doing. And Ocon needs to just like gap Zhou here. Zhou's kind of hanging on his bumper. So we're going to... Okay, so Alonso... Okay, we need to jump on board with Alonso here really quickly. Because Alonso has a shot here to catch. So we're going to have him go onto this, and we're going to also have him go deploy just for a little bit. Because he needs to catch Leclerc. Alright, if he gets within 1 second, we're going to do our typical thing, because we just got into 1 second, we have to harvest. So we can guarantee that we're going to have enough ERS to just get by him decisively at the end of this race. Alright, we're going to go on a balanced on the fuel. So we got 15 seconds back to Verstappen, so we're sitting pretty here. Alright, so we're going to go jump back to Ocon. Where's Ocon in relation to Zhou? So he's got enough of a gap to just be doing that. So we can give a full focus now onto Alonso. We need to ERS manage so he can charge up and get to 100%. Alright, so he just passed Leclerc for the lead. But we're going to still keep him on management.
Just advanced.
Because I want him to have enough to just kind of decisively gap Leclerc. Alright, we're going to go on neutral here. Because if we can do this on the last lap, we're going to have a decent shot here. No, we're going to go on to harvest again. I know. I have confidence that we're going to be able to overtake if we need to. So Leclerc down to a 10th behind. We're going to go to the TV camera here. Alright, now we're going to go on a neutral on this straightaway. Hold back cars behind. Absolutely make sure that he holds the car back. Alright, and then exiting this corner, we're going to go full deploy. And hopefully we can gain that whole second that we've been looking for.
Okay, one more lap, one more lap.
So it's a purple lap there for Alonso. Ocon is not in reach of Ricardo. Alonso needs to gain a bunch of time here in these last couple sectors. Alright, so we're going to go on defend. So Leclerc is 5/10 behind. Alright, we're going to go on deploy to kind of get a good exit on these corners. And then we are going to go pause, and then we're going to immediately go on to defend here. So this is going to come down to the final corner here between Leclerc and Alonso for the win. So Leclerc is coming behind. I don't think he's going to do it, and holy hell, we're going to freaking win one of these races, hopefully. Still got a corner to go.
DRS is disabled.
Okay.
Check flag.
Got it? We got it!
Yeah.
Oh my god. We just won a freaking
Well
race
made, well
in an
made.
Alpine with Fernando Alonso. We're going to go deploy with Ocon.
Is today's Grand Prix winner.
So we get first and ninth.
No more DRS.
Copy.
What a race.
That's the check flag.
Oh, very nice.
Pretty pleased with that. Okay, so it'll be normal in-lap procedures.
What a flawless weekend here from Fernando Alonso. His team must be proud. Imagine how chuffed they must be. A podium is a real feat, and it's been accomplished in style. And the talented veteran rounds off another great drive, adding to his impressive F1 podium tally. But remember, it's not just about today's trophies, it's the points that can make all the difference. Great racing from Alpine here today. Some high-quality work all round.
This was thrilling to watch. They've done an excellent job and they deserve all the plaudits.
That's right, and they finished the race weekend in third place in the constructor standings.
Formula One will be back to Europe for the next round, on the shores of the Mediterranean, with some heated competition to look forward to in Spain.
Alright, so we win and get the fastest lap with Fernando Alonso. We had pace in the beginning to kind of sit ahead of Hamilton, who had Verstappen right behind him. We had about, I think, a 6-second gap at the beginning before that safety car came out. I thought that safety car was a pretty easy decision there to kind of just pit and get a free stop in. I thought we were going to be able to take those tires to the end, but I was completely wrong. We had to pit onto the soft tires, which allowed us to make that final lap charge, get by Leclerc, and be able to hold him off in that final lap. Ocon gains 11 spots to finish 9th, so we gain 28 points from this weekend. But looking at the rest of the results, we get Leclerc and Verstappen on the podium. Hamilton, Sainz, Russell, Perez, Ricardo, Ocon, and Zhou round out your points. We had one DNF with Valtteri Bottas after Carlos Sainz, who still finished 5th after all that, locked up and absolutely punted him off the racetrack. So pretty good recovery drive from him. looking at your driver's standings, we have Leclerc top of the board now with, or still top of the board with 96 points. We are now solidly in 5th, 6 points off of Sergio Perez with Fernando Alonso, who has 1 win on the year, which is absolute crazy to me. Ocon down in 9th with 11 points. But yeah, we're ahead of both of the Mercedes, and I believe they said during that little last bit when you finished a race that we had moved up to 3rd in the Constructors. And confirming that, we are 3rd in the Constructors. We are tied with Mercedes, so we are behind the Ferrari and the Red Bulls. We have 1 win on the year. We joined the Winners Club, unlike Mercedes. We even have a podium, which looks like we're the only non-Red Bull or Ferrari team that has finished on the podium. So it's really cool to see. McLaren actually gets 4 points. That's her first points of the year, and I believe that's a double points finish. No, it's just from Ricciardo, so Norris has not scored points for McLaren yet. Alright, so looking at our driver experience, Alonso gains 311, Ocon gains 777, and our young rookie reserve driver, Jack Doohan, gets 855. So looking at our finances, I think that 437 is from performance guarantees, yep, for a qualifying streak and for reaching Q2, so that's unfortunate, but we lose the 510 for Alonso's for his bonus clause, but we're going to leave the weekend with $4.3 million. Alright, so we finished manufacturing on the underfloor. I believe we also have some parts that we need to make sure that we manufacture before the next, or during the next episode. Alright, so that ends the episode. That was something. We won the freaking Miami Grand Prix with Fernando Alonso, getting him into the winner's circle, or getting him on the podium, top step for the first time in forever. So he now has 33 race wins, and that was his 99th podium, so hopefully we can get him his 100th this year. That'd be cool to see. But yeah, if you liked today's episode, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that dumb YouTube stuff that helps out the videos. And I hope you have a good rest of your week.